Hey guys, this is the Vyansh. This is vlog number 4 or 5, I think. Anyway, so I'm quickly gonna answer something which I have always been asked, whether it's in my Instagram DMs or my Quora messages. It's about my writing career, how I started, what happened, how I found my niche, my fields, my interests, and how I tapped onto the opportunities that came my way. So I'm quickly gonna talk about my writing career, starting from my early days to right now, writing for web series and novels. I'm gonna make it short as I could. All right. So my interest towards writing, before like my interest towards writing, I was more inclined onto reading. And in my school days, when I started getting the highest marks in English subject in the class and across like all the sections, so that was one of the major boosts for me, because that was probably the only thing where I was really good at, where I stood out. And definitely, once you start associating yourself with something unique, you are bound to work harder at it. So I dabbled a little bit with poetry back in school. I wrote something here, something there, but I was mostly doing reading. I think about a year before I started writing on Quora, so I am saying I think 2015. That is when I actually became a little serious about you know trying to write a novel. Um, and for me, the biggest goal at that age was seeing a novel with my name on its cover, and that was it. Like, that's for all that I was aiming for. I had no idea I can make a career in writing. I had no idea I can make money in writing. I had no idea I can get recognition, little bit of internet fame, or anything else with my writing. So anyway, I think I started writing my first novel, which was called An Empire Lost, and it was an epic fantasy novel. I was binge watching of I think 3 or 4 seasons of Game of Thrones at that time. And once I was done with that, I thought, I have to write an epic fantasy novel. And that's how I started with An Empire Lost. It blew up in terms of its word count. I think I've written 100 or 130,000 words, which is very, very long. And I still wasn't able to finish it. And that novel is still incomplete to this day. Although it was a brilliant story, but I just couldn't get myself to write the epic war scenes that were there towards the end of the novel. So there was that. While I was writing An Empire Lost, I had started writing on Quora, and for the first 1.5 or 2 years, I had no traction on Quora, barely anything viral. I had just 100 followers, and I had written hundreds and hundreds of answers. Um, so on like every topic under the sun. When you're on Quora and you're a teenager, I was a teenager back then, and so I started writing about everything, my opinions about politics, religion, this, that, and nothing clicked. But I still remember the first thing which got me my initial hit was there was this story which I made, a horror story, like very basic horror story, but it got me like 5,000 views within an hour. And at that time, I was like, oh my god, 5,000 views in an hour and everything. So that is how I grew addicted to Quora. The chase for those views, see, I never even got 100 likes on my Facebook. I still don't get even 100 likes on my Facebook. So when 100 people liked my first answer on Quora, it was something big for me. Plus, the best part was that no one whom I knew was on Quora at the time. So once I started getting the taste of the views and the followers and comments and everything, it just became my habit to write on Quora every single day, and I posted a lot of things, from Sherlock crossovers. I think that's how I got my initial recognition on Quora. I used to write what would happen if one fictional character would meet another fictional character. So say Sherlock Holmes meets the Batman, or Sheldon Cooper meets Chandler Bing, or stuff like that. And it was a fun time. It was very creative time for me personally, and I experimented a lot with my fiction there. Then I started writing Sherlock Holmes stories. Then I started writing romance stories. I started writing humorous stories. I started experimenting with horror stories. I started experimenting with mind bending stories, something which could mess up with time, or which could play with your readers' heads, or deliver an ultimate plot twist by the end of it. It then became very, very much fun for me. And of course, when your stories are getting like 500,000 views, that is like really big for any writer. So that's how I did my Quora journey. At the age of 21, I think I had about 20,000 followers on Quora when I decided to self-publish my first novel called Secret of the Himalayan Treasure. And it was just something for me, I always wanted to see my name on the cover of a book. So I put it out there, self-published it on Amazon. And I did not like hope anything from it. I think within a couple of hours of its launch, it was already ranking under like the top 1,000 selling books. So that for me was huge. I could see my book alongside very popular names. But then I started like talking about it on Quora, and the word of mouth thing built up. My followers started writing about it, and it just exploded. And I think within a few days it was selling at number 9 spot on Amazon India, which was very, very big thing for me. None of my novels, like even Gangs of Bombay, wasn't able to reach that far in such a small amount of time, even though it has like almost met the same kind of sales as Secret of the Himalayan Treasure. So that was very new for me, and all of a sudden I went from being just a random guy writing things online to an author with whose work has been listed in the top 10 selling novels on Amazon India. So that was the boost, I think, which I really needed to convince myself first that there is something here, that there is something with this talent, with the skill, and that you can ask your parents to let you drop out. Sometime later I decided to drop out. I was pursuing chartered accountancy. I was almost done with the course, but I was like, और नहीं हो रहा मुझसे अभी. I want to try this. I want to try writing. So that happened. Then Gangs of Bombay happened. Then Viral Stories I wrote on the internet happened last year. It was also like selling at number 1 spot among the short stories category and horror category, both of them. So it has been fun. Alongside, at one point I was selected for this program organized by Star India, the owner of Star Plus channel. So basically they had this contest where out of thousands of people from across the country, they picked select 13 writers, and so I was among 13 of those, and we were trained by a Hollywood screenwriter for like 7-8 months regarding screenwriting. And that's how I was introduced to the world of screenwriting. So things happened. I got connected with someone. I ended up writing my first web series in September. I think I started writing in September of last year, so it hasn't really been even a year that I have been into screenwriting. But then I got this opportunity with Eros, and so currently I'm working with Eros Now, writing a bunch of web series for the Eros Now platform. Fun thing, because this has always been my dream, to be able to write books and write web series, and to be able to do all of that at the age of 25 without any godfather, without any kind of network in this industry. I just feel blessed, for all that internet has given me. And briefly, this is my writing career so far.